In 4 more weeks. We have about maybe 15, 20 lifeline people coming so far. Representing Los Angeles.
I feel like I could do a pretty good chest.
And it's 2v2, so we're gonna see something. And can you do one last year popped off like the team? It's so interesting. Okay.
A team of all ultras.
So what I'm thinking now, I'm trying to see how I can connect my cords to the pins. So this is B1. Actually, before I proceed further, you're fine.
Just caught him, bro. If you want to format FNCS pickups? Yes. Sorry.
You're fine.
Literally do
So, what I want to show you is, if you want to look for how to properly connect all your cords into, yes, you go to the motherboard manual, and it shows you
the best information ever.
Yeah.
Always look at the manual.
Because you will get confused on how to, oh, where does this go? Like, looking at these pins, would you just know how to plug them in?
No.
It depends.
Just find a cord and
Control and error. Ah. See, and that's how sometimes you could mess up your motherboard.
Or like you can look at like the writing and see if the other one matches up where that goes.
Right. So what, like she said, matching it up where it goes. Here it says CPU, so I know when I'm looking for my CPU socket.
Okay, that's simple. I hope. Can I try plugging
Hmm. Oh, you're trying to put. Okay. So.
Then how small is the metal? No.
So,
This isn't cheating, okay?
oh, it's not cheating. You know, you're taking notes. Notes are a way of making sure you retain what you've learned.
No, I'm writing down how to build a
Right. So, here, I'm going to take this.
I'm getting dizzy by looking at this.
Oh.
Way too many cords.
So many wires.
So,
My head would
to eliminate one of the
How much more?
wires.
wire issues, here I know to grab this one immediately because it connects right here, fills this wide expansive slot. And all I do is I hold it back, apply a little pressure, and I wait for that.
So it's thumbs.
Like that.
Is the metal flimsy in the back?
I'm sorry?
That centrifuge is connected to what?
This is connected to the motherboard right now.
Okay, so you guys wanna walk around there and get close to you?
Okay. Here we go. And
Well,
in there.
See, take shots too.
so if they go to 24 now,
Big one taught me half right.
I'm sorry?
The big one always goes half right.
Your 24-pin connector will always go into this slot right here next to your RAM.
Can you switch the motherboards like different ways? Like turn it.
What goes right here?
Oh, when you're installing your motherboard, is that what you're asking?
Because instead of having it like that, can you turn it?
Well, it would have to align with this back port of your case. So as long as it aligns with how your case is set up, you can.
So depends.
Yeah, it depends. Usually it'll look like this. You won't be able to have too much wiggle room with the motherboard set.
What goes right here?
This would be your other storage. So the hard drive disk would also go here.
nice, you have a hard drive disk, do you remember this, compared to the SSD, the SanDisk? The hard drive disk would be that big one, that big hard drive disk that we showed you guys last time compared to the small SSD.
Right.
Just for storage, the last thing you did.
That's your M.2 SSD.
Yeah, which one's better? SSD, that's faster, it has no disk to,
I had a little air bubble. So to connect our CPU cooler, there is a slot up here. And it says on the motherboard CPU fan. And I go and I just gently. So once you have it onto your case, you just gently push it forward. And you make sure it's in there nice and snug. And that's that. So always look on the motherboard for your CPU fan slot with the pins, and then you must lightly there just because, as I've done before, I've messed up a pin trying to just apply that same exact CPU cooler in there. So you want to be cautious and. I'm sorry?
The case or?
No, the case comes set up as is, so you don't have to apply it. There are other cases out there where you can build and assemble them together. Those are more expensive cases though.
Can you show it over here so they can see?
Here you go.
Only like 5,000 more wires to go.
Basically.
Yeah.
Close enough.
So this is the fuse indicator right here. It's next to the top, right? Then you got your water cooler, the one from the processor, straight on the motherboard. So that's one little wire. And you notice these bad boys still has on the side kind of what it can connect to, so CPU, boards, this bad boy as well, of course, which already connected. This one is going to be the USB ports. So all the USBs you put in, it'll say right here, that's how you get those working. So like if the USB ports weren't working, like in the back, you know how to go in, replace it, you know, Google online, your computer, USB port, SATA cable, instead of taking it to the computer build. You just save that money and time. And charge you, oh, 125 come out Tuesday, and it'll be a 30-minute.
How long does it usually take to make a PC?
If you have all the parts like ready to go, how long does it take?
It takes about.
An hour.
2 hours?
You could get 40, if you do everything fast, like we did everything without teaching time, like 45 minutes.
And
45 minutes.
What it took
And
me
because
2
also,
hours.
once you test it out, that's kind of where more time comes at.
yeah.
Load it, test it, load it in, like, or whatever.
So this is the part where it's time consuming just to make sure that everything's going in the right spots. So right now, I'm matching up my USB 3 slot with the connecting area, and I'm making sure it fits in the grooves accordingly. Not trying to mess up a pin, and making sure it fits into that groove slot. There we go. Perfect. And that's it. This is where trying to manage all the cables. Yeah. Now, there's these two. I bring it.
Do you sometimes mix up the wires?
Depending on the cases, I got a little confused, and then like once you like build, like you know how to like plug them in, like you get familiar with, oh, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there.
What happens if you don't plug it? Like in the back, you're connecting different ones? What happens if you connect it with the wrong one?
So once you connect it with a wrong one or an improper slot, and you're trying to turn on your computer, it might not turn on, or you might
And it
not.
might go.
Not necessarily. That no. What you will see though is your build just might not turn on, or you will have the proper visuals displayed when you're turning on your monitor and it's powering up. So you'll have to take apart everything, unplug everything, and go through and reconnect all your connectors. And here, I'm matching it up with. Is this the right pin? Right here. One moment. Sometimes installing it from like this is much more better. So here, I know I have my HD audio. It says HD audio here on this pin connector. So all I would do is look at the motherboard and look at HD audio.
So each cord has its own name?
Yes.
Wait, is this how you turn it on? Like CPU. Oh, that's not good. It starts glowing up and it glows.
Every cord has a name. So that one will be the HD audio cord.
So you plug it in, and then once everything's ready, you just.
There we go.
HD audio.
And then, boom. And yeah, as you're installing these pin connectors, you just want to go as nice and slowly, because you don't want to bend the pins, and you want to make sure it's also snug into the slot that you're slotting it onto. So now that I have that done, you can look at this one. So HD audio is going to be on your far left of your pin connectors.
Is it heavy?
What, this?
Is it heavy?
Oh, no. It's just more secure. Not having to do with the weight. It's just secure.
The whole thing together.
Oh, the whole thing?
Kinda.
It's kind of.
10 pounds?
Make sure everybody can see.
There you go. So you see, this is our HD audio connector, and we've plugged it into the far left side of our pin slot. So now we're gonna find our next connector. The ones that I have fun with the most.
I hate them too.
I've been avoiding them. I was like, I avoid these pins on purpose.
Manual every time.
Yep.
What's
Yep.
this for?
That is.
I started skipping them.
What I would do, I had a thing in my head where I go find the negative, find the positive, plug it in first, and then fill in everything else.
Well, because now the motherboards, they come with the power and reset switch buttons on them.
Right.
I can skip them. Just all my cases have hinges.
Ah.
Must be nice.
They're cheap. MSI 500p.
Oh,
They all have hinges. They all have hinges, and they're big. About 150 bucks. They're massive. They can fit 249s.
Man, that's good.
for 150?
150.
That's not bad. I would upgrade.
MSI makes really good.
See, this is the part of PC building where you love. Oh, I want to upgrade now. You got that? Yeah.
But the hinges, just because of that.
This is, I believe, was for. No, actually, this is. We'll come in contact with this later. We'll need that. These pins. So let me.
If you mess
Let me
up,
show you.
If you mess up a pin and it like bends, the thing won't work. That's
Right.
what my dad said.
You will need a whole new motherboard.
CPU. This
And
one's
my
for
dad
CPU.
was like,
Yeah. So that CPU. Will, so right here on the far right is where you're gonna connect all these lovely pins.
Lovely pins. I love.
Now, referring to the manual. The manual. Alright, I got it. Can you pass me the red expo over there, please?
"Is this a DVD to show you what to do?"
Yes.
What?
You never seen one of those before?
No.
Back in our day, we used to play those all the time.
How do I use?
She's like, what is this? This ancient device.
It's ancient. It's like a floppy disk.
I've never seen it.
Some people did take the time to do that. That's crazy.
I put it in my PlayStation, right?
This gonna blow up.
PlayStation what? 2?
1.
Bang, you got
PlayStation
PlayStation
on
1.
Evo.
So in your motherboard manual, this
So this
section
is
right
a
here.
manual.
Yeah, that's honestly.
That's a manual, and
I was like, I haven't even used that
Oh, you're
before.
right. It could be. You're right.
Yeah, those might be the drivers.
Okay, when you're updating the
Yeah,
BIOS, yeah.
Like the baseline BIOS.
Yeah, I haven't had to update or flash my BIOS, so.
It has more words than the dictionary.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
So here you can pass this around. This will be what you're following when you're connecting. You're fine. I'm gonna hurt these pins, and they're labeled, so you match up the label in the manual with how you're connecting it to your motherboard. So go ahead, pass it around. Oh.
CPU. My question is,
Yes, sir. Your question?
I thought it would just be easy. You just have to get those and you just have to plug them in.
Well, you gotta find out where they go. Because otherwise, if you don't, you're just not gonna have a working computer at the moment, and then you're gonna have to fix it. Some things. So this would be my USB 3, my USB pin, and that goes. I see it right here. So all I do is I match up with how it goes.
how long does it take for your PC to get really dirty?
Not long, actually.
Not long, yeah, especially if your environment, because your skin cells are always coming off and you don't see it happening. It just naturally happens for us all. So that's the dust you see.
When you said that just
This
goes
computer will have
So
a
we just
lot
naturally
of
say,
Yeah,
This computer will have
it's
a lot
the
of
function of your human skin.
skills now.
so we're not different from birds.
Or snakes.
I used to have a snake.
My skin cells are.
Oh, what kind of snake?
Rest in peace.
That's crazy. Snake thing.
Ask my dad. I forgot.
I had a milk snake.
What happened?
What type of snake?
It would look weird if you said like a skin.
I knew it was a python.
You was scared of it, huh?
I knew it.
I like it.
If you stay in one place for too long, does the pile
I would
just
not be in the room.
just like
Not like that. It happens more out of your sight. Okay, looking at the manual. HD plus, HD minus. Okay. Plus, HD minus. So that means. Give me some more wiggle room. What I'm doing is also splitting the cord that's there because I want a little more room to work with. So all I'll do is.
You look very confused.
No.
He's very concentrated.
Just, concentrated because I already know this is just not my favorite part.
He's like, I hate doing this.
I do. I'm gonna make it work though. Look,
I love it.
when you're doing it, you'll understand. It's just not a fun part.
Weapons if we don't get PC.
Don't say that. That's limiting yourself. You don't want to limit yourself. All right, so that's done. Then you have
Alright.
ground, risk, ground, power plus, power negative. Power plus.
You will not be able to win.
Are you speaking another language because I cannot understand what you're saying?
I know how
I
to
think
do
you're
it.
speaking another language because I cannot understand you. Right now.
Power plus in here, slotted, and then power negative.
What are these two shiny bolts right here for?
Yeah, and I'll show you because this is the Wi-Fi adapter piece for the motherboard that it comes already installed with. Boom. So, as you can see, my HD, the HDs right here, positive, negative, it was one slot, I plugged it in, and then the power LEDs, I plugged the positive in first on top, and then the negative right afterwards. So it looks like a square.
I clipped you.
You killed me.
And
You
then
slapped me.
our last one is our
You did
power.
do that yesterday.
Where it just goes on right next to it.
How'd you clip him?
With a wall.
He's dead.
Alright, so, as unfun as that was, this is what it looks like.
Unorganized.
Wait, are you gonna use the zip ties?
Yeah, zip ties would come in, if anything.
This is
Where do
like,
you zip tie it?
yeah, like,
So
once
this-
you use zip ties,
In the back. In the back is where zip tying happens.
Let me see it.
So, this is,
My,
yeah, you see, so this is where,
I don't think I want
wait,
that.
and do you also, this reminds me of spider
I'm supposed to
webs.
zip tie the piece.
yes. And where else do you see spider webs like this? Around us, with the cords and everything.
Yep.
And then you make a giant circle.
So, if I were to, how would you solve this issue of, you see this cord out here? Would you just leave it there?
No.
So what would you do? Cut it!
Cut it?
Oh no! That'd be another case. So what you do is make sure that when you're organizing it and you're pulling it, you pull it from the back, under, and probably through here. Because it has so much length that you can have so much to play with. So as you're playing around with the ideas of how you want to organize your chords, try to do it where it goes as much in the back and then coming out from the front. With the ideas of how to organize it, yeah. So, for this, I would slowly undo it, slide it,
I can't tell where you're playing.
Must be a giant spider that did that.
All this just to get a kill.
yeah.
All you guys learning how to
All this to play Roblox. All the stuff
So I can play Roblox
On a better-
Stop playing on low.
Yeah.
Stop playing Fortnite on low.
Is it worth cracking up?
All this to get a good.
Yep, all
Just
this
to play medium, not
this
low.
shit works.
Then upgrade, you know?
You ain't never seen a BIOS firmware, you ain't never seen a
That's
adjust.
not hurt.
No, it just felt a little awkward.
This is just before you even see this.
Much better, right?
Play Princess.
Beautiful.
It's an X. You did an X.
Yes. So now,
Yeah, that's
boom.
better.
I've never eaten enough fruit in my life.
and I'm gonna make sure I have
Who keeps moving the tip?
all cords are wrapped up. And now,
All this to play Princess, take him out the woods.
I'm going to. Oh, can you pass me the graphics card now? So now we're gonna start the graphics card.
Black box.
All this to play Roblox.
I thought you didn't have that.
Wait, you'll understand it's worth
Is it worth
They
it?
blocked, unblocked.
it. So here we have our graphics card.
Deja is a good card.
Hey, they can block.
Oh, this.
Good card. Expensive one.
I made a weird card.
So what I want to do,
I can get every question right and every book in the game in high school.
there you go.
Where's your rainbow?
So shiny.
That's a
Wait, do you have to clean that too?
I wonder how expensive
Yes,
that was.
because it will accumulate dust, and these fans will accumulate lots of dust.
Oh no. Wait, I bet every single fan.
This was the most expensive part.
Every single
You
thing.
just bought a really good.
350?
What is it?
About that much. This is a graphics card.
Graphics card.
Why does it? Yeah, right there. That's
Cause look, like 2 fans, you got 2 eyes to see now.
That's a factor.
because
Now pay attention to how you put it. The fans is facing the bottom.
So here, I'm gonna show you. First,
Bruh.